It was a day like any other when bam, new email. It says it's from Bethesda Game Studios and that they want me to do a YouTube sponsorship for their new game. Now, I never do sponsorships, but this got me really curious because I do love Bethesda games. The email address
came from a legitimate Bethesda domain.
The links they sent me were all associated with Bethesda's actual website, and the email looked like it was a Bethesda email with its formatting. The only caveat is they have this teeny little link that they want me to click on, which will send me more information about what it's like to do sponsorships with Bethesda. And since I've never done a sponsorship before, I was like, okay, that makes sense. So I did something incredibly stupid. I clicked the link. Now at this point, if you want to go into the YouTube comment section and call me a pingus, I give you full permission to do so because this was an incredibly stupid decision. I can't stress that enough. This was really dumb. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it either. This was obviously a scam. I mean, look at those typos. Are you honestly gonna try and convince me that Bethesda makes typos? Anyways, the second I clicked that link, nothing actually happened. It just sent me to a Google Drive. But then the second I downloaded those files, it also did nothing. It was just a bunch of mundane files. No. The actual Achilles heel had nothing to do with clicking links or downloading files. It had to do with a PDF. In the folder that I downloaded, there was a PDF file with the terms of the sponsorship deal. But when I tried clicking it, nothing happened. So I clicked it again, and still nothing happened. It was at that moment I realized this wasn't a PDF file, this was an SCR file that was posing as a PDF file. Now, if the term SCR file doesn't mean anything to you, that's understandable because it did not mean anything to me either. I just shrugged my shoulders and walked away to do my weekly guitar practice session, assuming that Bethesda had sent me a buggy file and would have to send out a new email or something. But after a few minutes, I noticed I was having trouble logging into my YouTube account to listen to music. And that right there is when the cogs started turning. I rushed to my computer and I looked up what the heck is an SCR file, and I found out that SCR files are, they're just screensavers? Oh, okay, so you just use them for sharing screensavers. That's not that bad. And it's used for phishing scams.
It was at this moment that he knew. He
made a very big mistake. I frantically rushed to my room and started pulling out drawers and lock boxes with passwords in them, seeing if any of my backup passwords for YouTube could help me log back into my account. But it was too late. Not only had they breached my two-factor authentication, but they had also changed my password and every single one of my backup codes for logging into my account. They now owned my main email address, my Word documents, my scripts, my AdSense, and even my YouTube channel. This was literally level threat 99. The only thing worse than having your channel taken by hackers is having it shut down by YouTube themselves. And then, as if things weren't bad enough, the hackers started changing my channel. Videos were disappearing, my profile picture and banners were deleted, and before my very eyes, my poor little channel was turning into Fox News Network. These weren't Joe Schmo hackers, these were supervillains! I called my bank account to cancel my debit card, and then I booted up my second computer, which was virus-free. Then I opened up Twitter to send out an SOS signal, praying that I could get in contact with the YouTube support team to reverse the situation. And thankfully, I was not alone. Dozens of amazing people, fans and Zelda creators alike, began to retweet my message, and in a mere 10 minutes, YouTube's support team reached out to me and we began discussions on how to get my channel back. Though, of course, because YouTube support deals with a massive amount of messages, I was only really able to get a response from them every 1, 2, or 3 hours. It really varied. So it was gonna be a while before that led to anything. So, in the meantime, I turned my attention to different problems, namely, removing said virus from my laptop where the problem initially occurred, because I did not have any antivirus software in place. Thankfully, 2 different knights in shining armor, aka Zelda YouTubers, came to my aid, Little L and Dr. Wily. Both of them showed me specific antivirus softwares like Malwarebytes, Avast, and Tron for removing all of the nasty stuff that was stored in my computer. And oh, wow. After using the softwares, it felt like taking a nice long shower after shoveling cow manure for 3 hours straight. And trust me, I have personal experience with that. Anyways, the point is that my laptop and eventually my phone and big computer were all finally safe and had a ton of antivirus software on them, so at least one of my threats was neutralized. But that did not change the fact that the hackers were still at large and causing even more trouble. I decided to check in on my channel again and found out that they were in the middle of broadcasting a Fox News live stream, and it even roped in 11 viewers. Quite impressive, I must say. In the hours leading up to the hack, I had finally reached 90K subscribers, but now the count was only at 89,700. That's like 300 people in the span of an hour. And then finally, 15 minutes to noon, the channel was terminated. Now, for most people, that would send them into panic mode, but for myself, that was actually quite relieving. The fact that the channel was terminated meant that my sub count could not go down anymore. So in a weird sort of way, this put my channel in a stasis chamber while I worked with YouTube to get it back. It was also around this time that little L came in clutch again. You see, while I was cleaning my computer of viruses, little L was using his computer to get in contact with YouTube customer support on a mission to let them know about my situation, because I didn't really have my main Gmail anymore, so I didn't know how to contact them. And sure enough, in a mere 20 minutes, little L managed to contact customer support and got them to send me an email with steps for retrieving my account. Literally a giga-chad. So I filled out a bunch of forms and then submitted them and was told that at most it would take me 1 business day to hear back from them about what was gonna happen with my channel. A few hours after that, YouTube's Twitter account also got back to me and sent me the exact same forms, but since I had filled them out already, it didn't help me that much. Regardless, it was really cool that the Twitter account at YouTube is so proactive and willing to help people. They did a fantastic job. And so, with both of my computers being safe, my YouTube account being deleted, and the support team at YouTube working on my request, I went to bed, not knowing what would happen to my channel. Day 2 of the adventure of having my YouTube channel hacked. I have recovered my email, so that's great. And it appears that all of my channels are intact except for the Bread Pirate. There's a bit of speck on this camera, I gotta scrape that off. So for the time being, the Bread Pirate channel was still dead, terminated, doesn't exist. But my side channels, namely Burton Brewster, where I upload stupid skits, was still alive. So that was fantastic. It seemed like the hackers were only interested in going after my big channel and ignored everything else. Still a sucky situation, but a lot better than it could have been. And so life went on while I waited for YouTube to get back to me. Until about 3 p.m. when... Hey, look who just got their channel back. Ta-da! It was still a Fox News channel when they gave it to me though, so I decided that it'd be funny if I just doubled down on it. So now all the branding is gonna be Fox themed for the foreseeable future. I don't know how long that's going to be, but it's pretty funny. It was super exciting to have the channel back. It was like the end of the saga, or maybe the beginning of a new one. I started to let everybody know that my channel was back, and I even put out a poll to ask if anybody realized it was gone in the first place. Turns out, no, most people did not realize my channel disappeared. So that's kind of a relief. It means it didn't bother anybody. Anyways, moral of the story is, don't be stupid. Just be a little bit suspicious of everything, and don't rush through your emails. Especially look out for typos. I wasn't on the lookout for it, I didn't think about it, and that's when it hit me. And before we go, I want to give one last shout out to everybody that gave me prayers, encouragement, tech support, and I want to thank YouTube themselves because they did a fantastic job getting my channel back in like a 24-hour period. That is a huge W right there. So anyways, until I see you next time, I've been your host, the Fox News Pirate. Have fun storming the castle.
No, Yoshi, back away. No!
Yoshi, how do you feel about being hacked? I do too.
Stop rubbing your face all over the... No! No!